Good morning, good evening, good night. No matter where you are on this planet, I'm sending you love and light. Check me out. I want to talk about the power of music. So when you look at music, surface level, it's a frequency. It's an energy. Now, all matter operates under a certain frequency. It moves at certain waves. It moves at certain speeds, right? Including our atoms and molecules, which are moving at a slow enough speed that we actually can perceive this to be solid matter, but really we're all in a constant state of chaos. We're always moving, we're always changing. Whether it's for the best or the worst, it's happening. Now, music itself has the ability to not just supplant subconscious messages through the word applied with the music. The music itself has a way of disrupting your energetic field. So, for example, it's not just, you ever been to a bar, you might get angry or horny, right? Depending on what's playing, what's going on in that environment. That's power, bro. That's energy that is manipulating the environment, the people in that environment, based off of their level of suggestion to what's taking place in that song at that frequency. And it can influence you subconsciously. If you really look at they did like a sand test where they put sand under certain frequencies and they would change the pitch and it would tweak the sand into different physical forms. So when you're thinking in terms of an evil force that can use music as a weapon against people, if we're thinking in terms of the Bible, Lucifer, you can kind of see how this spirit is actually real. Maybe not exactly how the Bible depicts this thing, but there's definitely some truth there. Because when you look at Thoth, for example, Thoth is an Egyptian god. The Greeks recognized this person to be Hermes. Both of these characters gave people word, right? It gave us word. These people gave us music. Biblically speaking, that's the devil. Here's the thing. These fallen angels, they imitate gods and God, but they're not that at all. Because so much truth has been hidden from us, we don't really see how real this game of life actually is. We don't really know that it's actually a spiritual game we're playing. And it's not a game, but it's very real. If you look at the research and you see the actual effects that it has over the mind, and then you look at these figures since the beginning of time who have always been included in our lives, why is that? Why is there scientific evidence that music does affect you, and it can affect you for better or worse? Why is there so much historical evidence of this force of good and this force of evil? Where did these notions come from? Where did all this stuff come from? We'll never get that answer. But you have to know that if it's been around forever, there has to be some truth there. And if you look at the influence, the effects that it has on people, well, you can be the judge of if that's a positive influence or what you could call a negative one. If you can surmise that there's some negativity there, well, you have to ask yourself then, what type of energy or spirit is that can affect all of us? It's in the negative side of our animal. It's in all of us. And each of us are two wolves. Which one wins is the one you feed the most. Now, the trouble is, in regards to music, you can feed an evil aspect, your lower self with the things you listen to. That's why when y'all hear people in the church say they don't listen to rap and certain songs, it ain't even to be super Christian or nothing like that. It's truly to protect your subconscious and your energetic field and your spirit. It's truly because certain things that you let in, you might not even be cognizant of what's happening. That's why it's called a subliminal message. Because you're not going to pick up on it. It's going to go straight to your subconscious, which is always aware. And it's going to take that in, and over time, it will grow and come out of you. You have to be aware that there's actual power. There's a magical force that comes with music. If you think about an idea, of music, right? Song or word. And by song, I mean like just the instruments, right? Or the actual words that are applied through the actual song or rap or whatever it is. It doesn't matter which form it takes. Both forms have a subconscious and energetic, like there's a spiritual thought there. Like they come from somewhere else. You get in alignment with the thought or the music. You can hear it, but it's coming from inside and outside of you. You can hear this music. You can hear these words coming together. You channel it and you bring it down into this realm, and then you give it to the world. Where's that energy coming from? It's so many different ways to look at it, but there's a magical spiritual quality to music. And I feel like if you look at just these different tests with water, sand, looking at how frequency can affect matter, right? Looking at how it changes the matter, you can actually see how a frequency could change you. Now, your hand might not morph into a triangle shape, but your field has morphed. And now your mind is being morphed, which is going to affect your perception and thus your life. There's no way around this. So if you really look at the science, you can see the actual power in music. It's creepy. It's really creepy. Be aware of what you listen to. You are what you eat. Sometimes what you're eating is not just about food. It's about what you ingest in the mind and in your heart as well, in your spirit. You are what you eat. Keep that in mind. So I'm going to wrap this up with my mantra. Good morning, good evening, good night. No matter where you are on this planet, I'm sending you love and light. I'm gone.